Okay, so friends, our physics we have done up to certain level. So I will little bit just revise that what were they in the previous video. Okay, so you have learned about the static electricity, current electricity. You have learned what is charge, concept of charge, how a body gets charged, charge unit is coulomb. Okay, and how it gets charged. Okay, in details understanding of how a body gets charged, how much amount of charge, 1 coulomb charge, 2 coulomb charge. Okay, so all these things we have understood. Charge contained by 1 electron or 1 proton is this much, and why a body is neutral and how it gets charged. Okay, so all these things we have understood. How negative charge occurs, how positive charge occurs, all these things we have understood. And how much amount of charge is in a body. Okay, and for that how much electron it has lost or gained. Q equals to plus minus Ne, that is the formula that we have learned. Based on that formula we have understood a lot of things. Okay, so these all things were done. Okay, if a body has to acquire 1 coulomb of positive or negative charge, how many electrons it would lose or gain. Okay, so that we have understood. Okay, and attraction and repulsion, and then electric field, concept of electric field, concept of rest charge and test charge, then the concept of electric field lines, and then electric potential also we have learned. Okay, and yeah, so all these things we have learned. And then we have learned what is so special, potential difference and electric potential. Both the things we have learned about the potential difference and electric potential. You have to see my previous video for the details. Okay, and then how current flows and why we require a conductor for the flow of current. Okay, the basic circuit diagram, the basic circuit we have learned. Okay, and every details of it, please listen to my video, all the previous videos. And we have learned what is so special about the conductor. Today we will begin with definition of current, definition of electric current. So today we will begin with the definition of electric current. The definition of electric current is the amount of charge flowing through a conductor per unit time is known as electric current. Now it is basically like it is basically like the speed car formula. Speed is equals to distance by time. So how fast, time से divide करने से मतलब क्या, we are trying to find out how fast. So why we divide, suppose 5 सेकेंड में कोई 3 मीटर गया है, तो 1 सेकेंड में 3/5 मीटर पर सेकेंड, मतलब 3/5 मीटर पर सेकेंड जा रहा है. सो इसका मतलब है कितना जल्दी जा रहा है. सेम द अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज फ्लोइंग थ्रू अ कंडक्टर, मतलब कितना चार्ज पर यूनिट टाइम जा रहा है, मतलब कितना जल्दी जा रहा है. तो सोचो एक पॉजिटिव चार्ज है और या नेगेटिव चार्ज है, इससे कंडक्टर लगा दिए हो. या फिर ऐसे भी सोच सकते हो कि एक पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी है और नेगेटिव टर्मिनल बैटरी है, और यहाँ पे आपने इलेक्ट्रिक वायर कंडक्ट कर दिया है. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज द as you know the direction of flow of current is always positive to negative, although electrons are flowing from this direction, but you will consider this. तो कितना जल्दी कितना अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है. सोचो 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है, तो 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है वो अच्छी बात है, क्योंकि पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस आपने क्रिएट किया है. तो 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस, उस वजह से उस पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस, वर्क डिफरेंस, एनर्जी डिफरेंस के वजह से एक फोर्स अप्लाई हो रहा है पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस के वजह से, जिसके वजह से चार्ज फ्लो होके जा रहा है. लेकिन सिर्फ जा रहा है बोलने से नहीं चलेगा, कितना जल्दी जा रहा है. इसीलिए सोचो ये 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज 5 सेकेंड में जा रहा है, 5 सेकेंड में जा रहा है. तो 5 सेकेंड में जा रहा है तो कितना जल्दी जा रहा है. अगर 5 सेकेंड में 10 कूलम्ब जा रहा है, अगर 5 सेकेंड में 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है, तो 1 सेकेंड में 5/10/5 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है, मतलब 2 कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड है ना. तो फिर यूनिट क्या, फॉर्मूला क्या हुआ, करंट इज इक्वल्स टू चार्ज बाई टाइम, Q बाई T. So I is denoted by current. I is electric current. Okay, electric current is equals to Q by T. Okay, so that is coulomb per second. So coulomb per second is the, कितना जल्दी जा रहा है, कितना coulomb ऑफ चार्ज एक सेकेंड में जा रहा है. सोचो एक कंडक्टर है जिसमें 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है, ये पॉजिटिव है नेगेटिव है, ठीक है, 10 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज जा रहा है लेकिन 10 सेकेंड में जा रहा है. तो ये जाने में 10 सेकेंड लग रहा है, तो 10/10 इज इक्वल्स टू 1 कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड. मतलब एक सेकेंड में 1 कूलम्ब जा रहा है और इसका एक सेकेंड में 2 कूलम्ब जा रहा है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक सेकेंड में 2 कूलम्ब जा रहा है और यहाँ पे एक सेकेंड में 1 कूलम्ब जा रहा है. तो डेफिनेटली करंट यहाँ पे 2 कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड इज मोर. सपोज फॉर एग्जाम्पल 500 coulomb of charge is going in time 30 seconds or sorry 40 seconds. Okay, so if 100 coulomb is going in 40 seconds, then I is equals to Q by T. So that means 100 by 40 0 so 2.5 coulomb per second. Okay, यानी 2.5 coulomb एक सेकेंड में जा रहा है, एक सेकेंड में 2.5 coulomb करके जा रहा है पर सेकेंड. और सोचो 100 coulomb of charge टाइम 20 सेकेंड में जा रहा है, तो यानी 100/20, सो इट विल गिव यू 5 कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड. ये डबल करंट जा रहा है. ठीक है, 5 कूलम्ब एक सेकेंड में जा रहा है यानी डबल करंट जा रहा है. हमेशा याद रखो कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड को एम्पियर बोल के डिनोट करते हैं. एम्पियर मतलब कूलम्ब पर सेकेंड इज नोन एज एम्पियर ए. तो इसका मतलब I इज इक्वल्स टू Q बाई T अगर लिखोगे तो इसका कूलम्ब अगर लिख दोगे, इसका अगर सेकेंड लिख दोगे तो एम्पियर इज इक्वल्स टू कूलम्ब पर बाई सेकेंड. सो डिफाइन 1 एम्पियर. कोई अगर पूछे आपको कि डिफाइन 1 एम्पियर ऑफ करंट, 1 एम्पियर ऑफ करंट मतलब 1 एम्पियर इज इक्वल्स टू 1 कूलम्ब ऑफ करंट बाई 1 सेकेंड. यानी कितना हुआ, इफ 1 कूलम्ब ऑफ करंट सॉरी चार्ज passes through a conductor in 1 second, then the current is 1 एम्पियर. तो इसका मतलब सर 2 एम्पियर करंट का मतलब 2 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज एक सेकेंड में जा रहा है. सर 1500 एम्पियर का मतलब 1500 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज एक सेकेंड में जा रहा है. तो सोच सकते हो कि ज़्यादा करंट का मतलब क्या हुआ. कोई अगर बोलेगा थ्रू अ कंडक्टर 8000 कूलम्ब एम्पियर ऑफ करंट इज गोइंग, इसका मतलब 8000 कूलम्ब एक सेकेंड में इन 1 सेकेंड फ्लो करके जा रहा है. तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा करंट है. मतलब कितना जल्दी चार्ज भाग के जा रहा है, कितना जल्दी जा रहा है, वही करंट का डेफिनेशन है. So I hope that you have understood the definition of current from this discussion. So that is it. So we have understood what is current. Now we have understood all basics of current. I'll tell you one interesting thing. That you see, suppose for example you apply a positive charge, you apply a negative charge of a battery. Okay, it is symbolized like this: battery, positive and sorry, cell. This is a cell. Combination of many cells together is known as a battery. Combination of many cells together is known as a battery. तो जो भी हो, ये क्या करता है, तार में पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करता है. एक तार ऐसे ही पड़ा हुआ होगा तो उसमें से करंट कभी नहीं जाएगा. इसको अगर आप मैग्नीफाइड डायग्राम ड्रॉ करोगे तो इसका जो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, जिसके वजह से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंडक्ट कर सकता है, ये उधर इधर इधर उधर जा रहा है, राइट. और इस वजह से कोई ओवरऑल इलेक्ट्रिक करंट नहीं मिलेगा. ओवरऑल इलेक्ट्रिक करंट तभी आपको मिलेगा जब ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में मूव करना स्टार्ट करेगा. वो तभी होगा जब आप पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करोगे. पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करना मतलब एनर्जी डिफरेंस अप्लाई करना. पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करने का मतलब है एनर्जी डिफरेंस अप्लाई करना. तो उस एनर्जी डिफरेंस के वजह से ऐसे फ्लो होता है. जैसे ये बिल्कुल वैसा बात हुआ कि सोचो एक स्लोप है और यहाँ पे एक बॉल आप रख दिए हो. ठीक है, जब आप बॉल रख दिए हो तो बॉल क्या होता है कि रोल करके नीचे की तरफ गिर जाएगा. और अगर एक ऐसा वाला प्लेन सरफेस है, यहाँ पे बॉल रख दिए हो तो ये कभी रोल नहीं करके आएगा, ठीक है। क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का डिफरेंस है, ये हायर पोटेंशियल में है, ये लोअर पोटेंशियल है, इसीलिए पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अप्लाई करने से चार्जेस फ्लो करने लगता है, ठीक है। पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव हम लोग पकड़ते हैं, लेकिन हाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन क्योंकि नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो उल्टा डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करता है, ये जानना ज़रूरी है। तो इसी वजह से अगर आप सेम चार्ज अप्लाई करो, सोचो यहाँ पे +5 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज और +5 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज और बीच में कंडक्टर अप्लाई कर दिया तो कभी फ्लो नहीं करेगा, जिंदगी में कभी फ्लो नहीं करेगा। लेकिन हाँ अगर आपने +5 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज या -2 कूलम्ब ऑफ चार्ज लगा दिया तो एक हायर पोटेंशियल में है, एक लोअर पोटेंशियल में है, तब जब आप कंडक्टर को लगा दोगे तब चार्जेस ज़रूर फ्लो करके जाएगा, ठीक है। आपको ये कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा कि पॉजिटिव चार्जेस फ्लो करके इस तरफ जा रहा है, जो कि मैंने अपने पुराने वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन किया है, ठीक है। तो यही बात मैं बताना चाह रहा था फिर से। तो क्या हो रहा है कि अगर आप एक कंडक्टर यहाँ पे लगा रहे हो तो क्या हो रहा है, जो जिगजैग मोशन में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स था वो एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में मूव करने लगेगा, क्योंकि एनर्जी डिफरेंस के वजह से या पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस एप्लीकेशन के वजह से, ठीक है। क्या हो रहा है कि इस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स में पुल क्रिएट हो रहा है, जिसके वजह से ये खींच के इस तरफ जा रहा है और यहाँ का भी एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इस तरफ जा रहा है, लेकिन हाँ चार्ज का डायरेक्शन हम लोग इस तरफ पकड़ेंगे, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया बात, तो हम लोगों को ये समझ में आ गया होगा। So I hope that you have understood up to this much. Okay, now moving towards our next topic. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक कुछ भी नहीं है, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक में हम लोगों को न्यूमेरिकल्स में जाना पड़ेगा। वी हैव टू गो इनटू न्यूमेरिकल्स, ओके। हम लोगों ने 3 फार्मूला सीखा है बेसिकली, Q इज टू प्लस माइनस एनी, ठीक है, और V इज टू W/Q, और एक सीखा है कि डेल V मतलब पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इज इक्वल्स टू V1 माइनस V2, चेंज इन पोटेंशियल ऑफ द 2 पॉइंट्स, या फिर पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इज ऑल्सो इक्वल्स टू वर्क डन बाई Q. This is the work done to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point. This is the work done to bring unit positive charge from one point to one point. So ये फार्मूला सीखे हैं, ओके। Q का यूनिट है कूलम्ब, E का यूनिट भी है, वैल्यू है 1.6 प्लस माइनस -1.6 इंटू 10⁻⁻19 कूलम्ब, और N का तो कोई यूनिट नहीं है क्योंकि ये नंबर है। V का यूनिट है वोल्ट, ओके। W का यूनिट है जूल्स, और Q का यूनिट है कूलम्ब, यानी जूल पर कूलम्ब इज इक्वल्स टू वोल्ट, जैसा हम लोगों ने सीखा है। यहाँ पे भी सेम होगा, जस्ट ये 1 पॉइंट से दूसरा पॉइंट है, ये इन्फिनिटी से एक पॉइंट है। और अभी हमने सीखा I इज इक्वल्स टू Q/T, लेकिन यहाँ पे थोड़ा भूलना मत, I इज इक्वल्स टू Q/T को ऐसे भी मॉडिफाई कर सकते हो, ±NE/T, क्योंकि Q इज इक्वल्स टू ±NE। तो इसके हिसाब से हम कुछ न्यूमेरिकल्स करेंगे, जो न्यूमेरिकल्स हम लोगों को समझ में आना चाहिए। फिर मैं आप लोगों को न्यूमेरिकल्स भेजता हूँ और आप मुझे प्रैक्टिस करके बताइए। So we will definitely go into the numericals based on these formulas. I hope that you have understood everything. But before going into that, I want to tell you about circuit diagram in details, because that is important when you do the numericals. Although some numericals does not require it, but most of the numericals require it. So we will start understanding about the circuit diagram. Now circuit diagram is quite an easy thing, but we will be trying to learn a lot of details about it. And the most basic circuit that you can draw is, you can give one cell, and if you combine multiple cells, that becomes a battery, okay. Suppose for example this is a cell carrying a potential, what is a cell? A cell is a source of potential difference. Like for example, it has a potential difference of 2 volt, okay. So then this will have a potential difference of 6 volt. I hope that you understand. There are 3, there are 2 into 3, 3 into 2 is equals to 6 volt. That is very easy. So 2 volt of potential difference means what? 2 volt of potential difference means 2 volt, that is work done. So 2 joule of work will be done to bring 1 coulomb of charge from this point to this point. So sorry, from this point to this point. So if you applied 6 volt of potential difference, and suppose this is the wire is represented by this line. So 6 volt of potential difference, so that means 6 joules of work will be so potential difference is equals to work by Q. So 6 joule by 1 coulomb, it will be 6 joule per coulomb, okay. So 6 joule of work will be done to bring 1 coulomb of charge from this point to this point. Suppose there is another circuit. Suppose you have applied here two cells making a 4-volt battery, okay, and you have given like this. So 4 joule of work will be done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point through this path. So 4 joules of work done to bring 1 coulomb of charge, and 6 joule of work done to bring 1 coulomb of charge. Here more amount of work is need to be done to bring a 1 coulomb of charge. Here 4 joule of just work will be done to bring 1 coulomb of charge. So you should understand that the driving force of the, suppose for example if you understand like this, suppose positive, negative, the difference is 6 volt, and suppose positive and negative, the difference is 4 volts, suppose in this case. So what will happen is that in this case the work done will be 6 joule to bring 1 coulomb of charge, the work done will be 4 joule to bring 1 coulomb of charge, because potential difference is equals to work done to bring unit positive charge from one point to another point per unit charge. Right or wrong? So that was the formula. If you see my previous videos, you will know that was the formula. So in that way, if you think, then you will understand that yes, more amount of work will be done. So that means the energy drive is more, the energy difference is more. So the force applied will be more. Okay, so here also the energy drive is there, but less than that. So the force applied will be less. So definitely, what do you think? The charges will move faster here, or the charges will move faster here? Definitely the charges will move faster here. And as because the charges will move faster, just remember that the charges will move faster here. Move faster in this case. Okay, because 6 joules of work need to be done to bring 1 coulomb of charge. So more the amount of work need to be done, more is the driving force, more is the energy difference. Here less is the energy difference. I hope that you understand this thing. Anyway, so this is our circuit. So 6 volt of energy is or 6 volt of potential difference is applied across the circuit. This is the most basic circuit or closed circuit. Now suppose if you don't close the circuit, if you keep it like this, okay, so this is an open circuit or incomplete circuit. Okay, this is an open circuit or incomplete circuit, and this is a closed circuit. Okay, I hope that you understand this. And it will have a closed path, and the electrons will be flowing, the positive charges will be flowing in this direction and electrons in direction. This is the basic circuit. Now, before going any further, I will tell you that inside a circuit, there can be parallel and series connection. What is the meaning of parallel and series connection in a circuit? Okay, so this one we have to understand that what is a parallel and a series connection. You see what happens in case of a parallel and a series connection. I will just explain you this basic thing. So let's jump into parallel and series connection now. Okay, you see, suppose for example, see very minutely, suppose for example here is a battery, okay, and you have connected a wire like this. Suppose here is an instrument, appliance, a bulb which is glowing. Now there is another bulb, suppose, okay, which is glowing here. Now what is happening when the amount current I is coming out, the current I which is flowing through this, same amount of I is flowing through this. Because the current is not divided, whatever amount of charge per unit time is coming out, that much amount of charge per unit time is flowing through this bulb also. Same amount of current is flowing both the appliances A and B, and hence A and B are said to be in series. Simple. Okay, again, suppose for example in another diagram you have connected them in this way. Okay, suppose here is the bulb A or the bulb B, and here is the bulb A. Now what is happening when current is coming, it comes in this point, the current I, some amount of current goes as I1 this side and some amount of current I2. This I actually breaks down into I1 and I2 such that I1 plus I2 again gives back you I. So I2 comes here and comes here, okay, and I1 comes from here, I2 comes from here, like this, and they join, and again I amount of current, it becomes I amount of current. Okay, so actually the amount of current is broken down and partial amount of current is flowing through both these appliances, and hence A and B are said to be in parallel. Now these diagrams can be tricky. Suppose for examples, if you see like this, then what do you think? These two are in series or parallel? Obviously they are in series, same amount of current is flowing. Just see that the current is not getting divided or not. Suppose for example, this is a circuit. Now current is coming. What do you think? These two are in series and parallel? Definitely these two are in series because same amount of current is flowing. Suppose for example it is like this, here one and here one, and the battery is here. So what do you think? These are in series and parallel? Definitely they are in series because same amount of current. You think that this is in parallel lines according to the geometry and till that parallel, then it will be wrong. It is in series because same amount of current I is flowing. Current is not getting divided when it is passing through these two appliances. But however, again I will show you another diagram. These two are in series basically. Let me show you in this way. Suppose this is a circuit. Okay, now you will tell that okay sir, this is in series. This is into definitely in series. Now I will tell sir, this is in series. Now I will tell you okay, this is in series. Suppose for example if I connect a wire like this, then the current will go I amount of current. It will be broken down as I1 and I2. That is fine. But you notice here the I2 amount of current is flowing through this only and I2 amount of current is flowing through this only. Now because of this, if you think that it became in series, parallel, no. It is series only. Still it is in series. Because although current is flowing, some amount of current is going this side, current is breaking down and some amount of current is going this side, but that amount of current is only passing through this side. Okay, so definitely again these two are in series. Does not depend how much amount of current or where it is breaking. You see the two are getting same amount of current or not. Suppose for example, these two appliances okay are there, and if I connect like this, then you tell me okay current is coming out and here it comes and breaks down. Suppose I amount of current is flowing and it will break down. I1 amount of current will go, I2 amount of current. So different amount of current is passing through these two. Okay, so these two are in now parallel. So I hope the concept of series and parallel is clear in your mind, that same amount of current should go, then it is series, and different amount of current if goes, it is parallel. So having the idea of series and parallel is very important to understand cyclic diagram. Now again, now a new topic. I want to tell you about two devices, ammeter and voltmeter. Okay, ammeter is a device which measures the amount of current voltmeter is a device which is a device which measures the potential difference or voltage. Now always remember, ammeter is connected in series. Question arises why? That answer I will give you later, okay? And voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Now if you see an ammeter, voltmeter is always connected in parallel, and there is another device known as galvanometer. Remember, okay, galvanometer measures the direction of current. Definitely it has to be connected to series with battery. Means battery के साथ series में होना चाहिए. I will tell you when the diagram is done. A voltmeter is this kind of device. It is denoted like this with an arrow. If the arrow shifts in this direction, then current is going in this direction through the wire, okay, in this direction. If the voltmeter shifts in this direction, then in the wire current is going in this particular direction, okay. So I hope that you have understood this. Now let us go into detailed circuit diagram. See, what are the things that can be included in a circuit? Suppose for example, this is a cell and you can involve a battery. There is a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Now what you can include is a switch. A switch can be denoted like this also. Okay, suppose if you denote the switch like this, this is open position of the switch and the circuit has no current. Means no connection is made, so no current is flowing. And if you draw the switch in like this way, so this is closed switch, remember, closed, the switch is open, switch is open, and here the switch is closed and the circuit has current. So that you should understand. Okay, the switch in the open position can also be drawn like this, and the switch in the closed position can also be drawn like this. Okay, this can be the symbol of this. This can also be the symbol of this. Okay, so that you should remember. Now, after the switch, I go up. Now what I can put is, I can put an ammeter to measure the amount of current. So as because ammeter should be put in series, you will always draw the ammeter like this, A, then a golla. So that is the ammeter which will give you the measurement of ampere, or current. And a voltmeter like this. Sir, why are you connecting the voltmeter like this? The voltmeter is being connected like this because the voltmeter is always connected in parallel. So see, I have connected it in parallel. Whatever amount of current is coming out, it is dividing and going. Okay. Now, however, considering the very little division, ammeter is connected in series. Now, moving up, you can also connect a certain few more things, like the bulb. The bulb is denoted like this. This is the symbol of a bulb. Okay, so you should understand that. You can connect a resistor in this way. We call it a resistor. Now what is a resistor, that also you will understand in the next portion of the video. Just remember that this symbol is of a resistor. Now these are the connection between the wires. Now if you draw a wire like this, that is connected wire with the, but if you draw a wire like this, here this symbolizes that this wire does not touch this wire. But if you draw the wire like this, then that means this wire has touched here, it has made connection. But in this case, it has made connection in this position and not has made connection with this horizontal here, wire, and has come and made connection here. So that thing you have to remember. Okay, so yeah, so that is a complete circuit diagram. That is what I wanted to tell you. And the question left is why voltmeter in series, sorry, why ammeter in series and voltmeter in parallel should be connected, which we will understand. Okay, so now our solution of the question that, okay, why is it so that the ammeter which measures current should be connected in series and the voltmeter which is measures potential difference should be connected in parallel? Now as I said you, in series what happens that in series same amount of current flows, yes or no? Series connection means what? In series connection, suppose 2 appliances or 3 appliances, suppose 2 or 3 or more appliances or devices are connected in series, then same current should flow. Same current should flow. Yes or no? That means through the appliances. So that means that if you, and in case of parallel connection, just the opposite, that is different current flows. Now this is the reason why you should connect the ammeter in series, because if you don't connect the ammeter in series with the what we can say battery, then ammeter, then how can it measure the total amount of current that is flowing through the circuit? Because the same current should pass, whatever current should go and come from the battery, same current should pass, so that it can give an exact measurement of what is the amount of the current. So that's why it should be connected in series. That is okay. Then why a voltmeter should be connected in parallel? Okay. Now I will give you an example. Suppose, for example, there is a river, okay. Now in the river, you want to jump from this position to this position. And there is boy A jumps from this position to this position. And boy B also jumps from this position to this position. So they will do same amount of work because the width of the river will be same. Okay, just consider the width of the river to be same at these 2 points. So that means in the same way, suppose for example, there is this river and a boy wants to walk from this position up to this position, and another boy walks from this position to this position. So the water is flowing in the opposite direction, whatever it is. Who did more work? He did more work and he did less work, yes or no? In the same way, so in this case both did same work. In this case the A did more work, B did less work. I hope that you understand. Now you see, I will tell you, suppose for example 2 appliances are connected in parallel in this way. Okay, now the work done to bring an unit positive charge from this point to this point will be whatever. From this point to this point also it will be same. So the potential difference of this and the potential difference faced by this and the potential difference across the battery, all the potential difference will be same. Why? Because of this same width jumping, same work done. So the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point, and the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point, and a work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point, all are same. So the potential difference remains same. In case of parallel connection. But the current differs. Why the current differs? Because whatever is the amount of current that is coming out, it breaks down. I amount of current comes down, so it breaks down into I1 and I2. But later on you can add it up to find I again, because I2 amount of current will come from here, I1 amount of current will come from here, they will join up and make I again. So I1 plus I2 will give you I back. So that is different, but the potential difference will be same. But in case of series connection, suppose this is connected and this is connected in series, definitely depending on the substance or the nature of the substance that is there, the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point and the work done to unit positive charge from this point to this point is supposedly may not same. So the potential difference may not be same when they are connected in parallel. Suppose this bulb is glowing little faint, okay, little fainter. This bulb is glowing little stronger. Okay, definitely it is facing more potential difference and it is having less potential difference, though same amount of current is flowing. Remember, the potential difference remains same in case of series connection of the appliances which are connected in series. The detailed explanation or more depth understanding will be there after learning of Ohm's law, I guess that. But for now you can understand in this way that in case of series connection of two appliances, the potential difference does not remain same, or basically divides up. I will tell you. Suppose, for example, what is happening, suppose this is an appliance and this is another appliance and this is the battery. Suppose the battery is applying V amount of potential difference, the I amount of current is flowing through this also and I amount of current is flowing through this also. But what is happening? The work done to bring an unit positive charge from this point to this point, let it be V1, and the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point, let it be V2. And remember, the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point is V, because the potential difference is V. So V1 plus V2 must give you V. A boy comes from this point to this point, he does 3 joule of work. Then from this point to this point, he does 4 joule of work. Total, he does 7 joule of work, isn't it? So this is the truth of the series connection. The potential difference gets divided up into V1 plus V2. Okay, but I remains same. I remains same in case of series connection. In case of series connection, the I remains same. But the I differs in case of, but the I divides, V divides in series connection. But the I divides in parallel connection. Okay, the I divides in parallel connection. Suppose, for example, this is this thing and this is this one. These two are connected in parallel because they are connected to the battery like this, and I1 amount of current is going through this, I2 amount of current, they will add up and give I amount of current. But however, the potential doesn't differ, difference does not differ, because whatever is the work done to bring a unit positive charge from this point to this point, same will be this, same will be this. So this will also face potential difference V, this will also face potential difference V, and this will be the total potential difference V. So I hope that you understand this thing. So let us understand the difference of series and parallel connection. Difference of series and parallel connection. This is series connection. And remember, more than two can be connected. Okay, I am drawing two just for simplicity. Same amount of current flows, but the potential difference divides. It may face V1 amount of potential difference and it will face V2 amount of potential difference, and V1 plus V2 should give the total V. But here, if V amount of potential difference is applied by this battery, this will also have a potential difference of V, this will also have potential difference of V, but I amount of current coming out will break down into I1 and I2 and come here. I1 and I2 will come here. Sorry. I2 and I1 will come here and join will make I. So this happens. And this analogy I had explained with that boy going from one point to another point, and then this diagram. I hope that if you think little bit deeply, you can understand the difference of the series and the parallel connection. More details or more in-depth analysis of this can be done by Ohm's law, but I don't want to go to Ohm's law right now. I will go into Ohm's law in the next video itself, but for this video you make these notes and some numericals you have to do. I will explain some numericals, opening some examples, and I will send you some numericals, and please do those numericals after seeing all the videos. So see, numerical based on Q is equals to plus minus NE. This was explained in one of the videos previously, so I will not explain this. I will just explain numericals based on the other formulas. So this is our first numerical. Notice here, how much work is done in moving a charge of 2 coulombs from a point at 118 volts to a point at 128 volts. Okay, so potential difference is equals to work done by charge moved. How much work is done? So potential difference is given 118 volt to 128 volts. So what is the difference? 118 volt is the potential electric potential of one point, 128 volt is the electric potential of another point, and the difference will be 10 volts. So 10 volts of potential difference equals to work done to bring that unit positive charge from one point to another point, but it has bring 2 coulombs of charge. So however, V is equals to 10 coulombs of work done and 10 coulombs 10 volts of the potential difference, and work done we don't know, and 2 is the coulomb of charge that you have brought. So W is equals to 10 into 2, it will give you work at jagah we have not put anything because work we need to find out how much work is done. Amount of charge that is brought is 2 coulomb of charge, and 10 volt of potential difference was there between the 2 points because one at 128 volt, one at 118 volt. So charge was brought like this. Now the thing is that what happens is that W is equals to 10 into 2. Okay, how? Because W is equals to 10 into 2, 2 ऊपर चला गया. So 20 joules of work is done to bring 2 coulomb of charge. Okay, so the potential difference was 10 volts, so 20 joule of work is done to bring 2 coulomb of charge. So that is an easy numerical. How much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 6 volt battery? Definitely 6 volt battery means work done by charge Q. So 6 volt battery to each coulomb of charge, to each coulomb means 1 coulomb of charge. So W by 1. So 6 joule of work is done, or 6 joule of work is energy. How much energy is given? So 6 joule of energy is given to each coulomb of charge. So that is easy. So these are the two numericals, and I will send you some picture of the numericals. You will do them. Achha. Another numerical. This is based on I is equals to Q by T. So this is based on I equals to Q by T. In this what happens? Current is equals to an electric bulb draws a current of 0.25 ampere for 20 minutes. Definitely it has to be connected into seconds, converted into seconds. The reason is that SI unit. 0.25 ampere electric bulb draws a current of 0.25 ampere. Current is drawn by an electric bulb. Calculate the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So I is equals to Q 0.25 ampere. Q we don't know, they have asked. So time is 20 minutes converted into seconds. So I is equals to Q by T. I ke jagah mein they have put 0.25 because 0.25 ampere. Q they don't know. So t is 1200 seconds, so 300 coulomb of charge is passing through that conductor, bulb. Okay, so that is the easy sum. So I hope that you have understood I is equals to q by t wala thing. So certain sums based on these two formulas and q equals to any only I am sending you, and see my videos, and certain sums I will send you, and you will do those sums, and I think I have sent you some other maths homework also. Do those and please send it to me.